Hey everyone, so the professor had me watch something really amazing, and it's rare that I sit down and watch a good movie and actually enjoy all the different aspects of it. And be it that this was actually a love movie and this was pretty big in Bollywood, I was excited to check it out. Now, you may be wondering, hey, you're watching love movies now, what's going on? And you're enjoying them. That was It's kind of a shock to me because it's not something I regularly do. But what I am talking about is none other than Bajirao Mastani. And I apologize if I pronounce anything wrong, but this is a very interesting film for a lot of reasons. So, one thing I loved is how they depict Persian and Indian culture. And they do this by showing ceremonies, by showing different rituals, by showing different religious practices, and it's rare to even see modern day Hollywood do very well with that. Maybe they get some of the costumes right, but they don't really draw out like a whole ceremony like when her son's born or different type of dances. I don't feel they do that very well or it's very thoroughly researched. However, in this movie in Bollywood, this is amazing. Even though it's a little bit of an older movie, they did an amazing job with capturing the different cultural aspects of Indian and Persian culture. Now, another aspect I really liked was the combat scenes. It has that old school feel of how, wars are depicted. So you can see how, different, Persians and Indians and the Mughal Empire and all of them are fighting together, but it's not overtly anything that is really out there. However, I did like when Bajirao at the end of the movie defeats a whole army by himself. That was pretty badass. That was pretty amazing. There's a lot of good combat scenes as well. It's not just a love movie, it's very dynamic. And what I mean by that is a lot of love movies and a lot of movies you watch today are basically one Street Road. It's just a love movie. They meet together, they get in an argument, and then they realize that they're good for each other, and then they get over some big thing, and then the guy proposes at like a supermarket or something when the woman's right about to give up on him, and it feels kind of cliche like that. But this movie, there's different things going on with the relationship. There's different family ties, and one thing I love is they're able to overcome issues in the relationship and their religion, and they finally reunite at the end, which gave me a lot of hope because a lot of relationships are destroyed by religion, by cultural values, and by other ideas and ideologies people hold. Fortunately, that's the world we live in. Not Bajirao and Mastani. And that's what I love about this movie. It's not just the typical love movie, it's not just the typical war movie. It combines both of them, both of those aspects, both of those flavors, and it's very dynamic. One moment's very loving, the next is in conflict, and you never know what's going to happen. Also, another thing I really loved is how they progress the plot. You can't really predict it. In a lot of Hollywood movies, you can kind of predict what's going to happen next. This one, I did not see certain things coming. I did not see the ending coming with, how they both perished. I did not see him defeating a whole army by himself. Very cool, by the way. I wasn't sure at first, how their relationship would progress or if it would progress at all, or, I wasn't even expecting them to have a child, but then, lo and behold, that happens. Or, the assassin, what was going to happen in that moment. So there's a lot of moments, a lot of good cliffhangers, and overall, between the cultural aspects it combines of Indian and Persian, the dynamic feeling of it between love and war, conflict, and the message it's really trying to say is that people can break all the barriers of love. Very similar to Romeo and Juliet. If I'd have to say, this is the Bollywood version of how you can, conquer all odds with love in the Romeo and Juliet fashion. So they really put a Shakespearean almost feel to it. I got that vibe. Maybe you won't, but hey, you need to check out Bajirao Mastani, even though it's 2 hours and there is subtitles. It's very good, it's engaging, and it's just a fun thing to watch.